Hola bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? Welcome to Mel's Magic Official. I'm Magic Mel, and this is, well, Owl is here. Owl is here, this is Owl, and this is a painting I made of an angel. I'm not sure yet who it is, but it's definitely an angel. But wait, welcome to episode 9 of season 9. I lost track almost. It's been a week, or more than a week actually. Wait, let me talk about the painting first. It is an angel. I'm not sure who exactly, but he came to me in a vision. You know, we have this idea of angels being all anthropomorphic, i.e., human looking. They actually look badass. Can't remember which angel it was. It was literally like a bunch of eyes. It's crazy. But there you go. This is one of my guardian angels. And since Magic Mel is feeling pink and bling, I thought I'll put him up on the pedestal here for you to see as well. Yeah, I haven't recorded a video. Guys, so much went down this week. First of all, it's only yesterday's Saturday now, that I feel physically well again. I had 1 week of just cramps, and I know what it is. It was a coffee, and I quit coffee. Like literally, since 8 days now, I haven't drank coffee because I felt so bad 8 days ago. I had to get it out of my system, recalibrate a whole bunch of things, lunar cycle also. So I didn't feel top fit, so I didn't press record because I want to, I would try and give you my best energy, although sometimes you see me in my processing mode. I want to show up as best as I can. So I just wasn't in form. And then we had the full moon in Aries, and I'm telling you, it was crazy big. Like, I don't think I've seen a super full moon as strong as this one. So everything came together, and as you know, releasing, illuminating new path, contemplating a whole bunch of things. So that took over, but Magic Mel is back. And episode 9 is important because 9 is a multiple of 3, and I'm numerologically a 3. So it's an auspicious day. 1st of October also, and I feel this is going to be an amazing month, guys, like balanced energies, says Magic Mel after having a roller coaster week. No, seriously, it's going to be a balanced month. Auspicious day, press record, episode 9. Here we go. And after this kind of, I'd say, physical recalibration, I checked in with myself again, and the message was clear. The message was slow down, do not split, i.e., go up into your head, overwhelmed with the to-do list, on hamster wheel mode again. I mean, that old programming, I have to laugh at myself because I keep on saying, I thought I was over this. I thought I had processed this old programming. I thought I'm 100% the new paradigm, but it comes up. And hey, what the heck? We just reset and realign. And the realignment happens when we slow down. It's like impossible for me, at least, to recalibrate when I'm in the hamster wheel. So I checked in with my body, recalibrated, slowed down, started yoga again. And I feel with this full moon in Aries, we are invited to kind of pick up on something we maybe left. Oh, sorry guys, my nose itchy. Those of you who know Magic Mel, it's my silent spirit, my spirit guides are around, so excuse me if I scratch my nose. The full moon in Aries invites us to revisit habits or projects that we may have started 20 years ago and then kind of let fizzle out. And one of those things has definitely been yoga for me. So this week I started yoga again. I started my day doing yoga again. And I have a kind of set of custom made asanas, which I've picked from several, several streams of yoga. I've just made my own because I know more or less what my body needs mainly. So I started my day off like that, meditating and praying, and it just makes all the difference. Because I start my day not in headless chicken mode, but from a centered way of being. I'm like checked in, resourced, back to center. Let's go. Let's flow. And that's another thing. I told the universe, I told my spirit team, I'm like, guys, I want to operate from a state of flow. No more crazy, like these bumper carts in the feria, what do you call them, in those fairgrounds where we bump into things. I don't want to be like that anymore. I want to enjoy flowing, being present, and I gotta keep on reminding myself. But literally, I set the intention because full moons are also good for setting intention, guys. Releasing stuff and setting new intentions. So I'm like, you know what, spirit team, help me to flow. I want to flow. And the craziest stuff went down this week, apart from my physical stuff. On I can't remember what day it was. I think it was Thursday. I went to town to do my errands, and there was a bench, like one of those park benches in the plaza in front of the post office. And I kid you not, there was like this sign on the bench, handwritten. It said gratis y nuevo, like for free and new. And on the bench was a bunch of jewelry. And I like went up. I'm always curious, you know me. Went up and I'm like reading the sign. I'm like looking around me. Everyone's passing by. I'm like, am I the only one seeing this? It's like the bench is in the middle of the plaza. And I'm looking at the jewelry. I'm like, this is pretty nice stuff. I'm gonna take some. So I took these earrings, took another necklace, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna take everything because I'm like, I want to share. So I just took these and this necklace I have downstairs and went about my errands. And then I passed the plaza again on my way back to the car, and I told myself, I'm sure like stuff is gone. I mean, hello. It's like free jewelry, which is really nice jewelry, out in the middle of the plaza on the bench. I passed the bench again, I kid you not. The jewelry's still there, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, there's people around. Am I the only one seeing this? So I'm like, I'm gonna take another two. And then I went back home. And then I thought, first, I don't know, it's not really my style. I tried them, maybe it's too, I don't know, it's not really my style. So I thought I'm gonna give them to a friend. I said, my friend Marion, I'm like, hey Marion, I think these earrings might suit you. And she's like, Mel, no, I'm more like silver and turquoise. I think they really suit you. And I'm like, well, I don't know, let me try them on again. And she's like, oh my God, makes you look great, like so feminine. And I was like, maybe I'm just not used to it. But then I thought about it. I'm like, what if, like, what if that was really a gift from the universe for me? I mean, what are the chances that there's a whole bunch of jewelry displayed in the middle of the plaza where there's like a gazillion people passing by, and there's a big sign, gratis and nuevo, screaming at me, and the stuff actually fits me? And maybe it's just a little bit of a new style, maybe more like ladylike. I mean, that was the first thing. Then, ever since I made the intention yesterday with the full moon of flowing, I said, you know what, let's go to the market. Like on a Sunday morning, there's this beautiful rastro, we call it, like a flea market in Jesus Pobre, poor Jesus town next door. And I totally forgot that the first Sunday of the month is not the normal mercadillo for food, but the flea market. So I'm like, shit, that's the flea market. Because shit as in, there's always so much nice stuff. I just want to buy the entire flea market because I love vintage stuff. I love antiques. It's all kind of my vibe. So anyway, I was all about, universe, we're flowing. And you know what? I'm ready to receive some magic, some unexpected miracle. Okay, you gotta like hold on, guys, because this is Magic Mel. You haven't seen me for a week, so get out your popcorn, pop a beer, because I'm gonna entertain you with my stories before we pull some cards. So I'm like, we're flowing. And I told my spirit guides, I'm like, spirit guides, I see there's gonna be a lot of people, I already see all the cars, but I want a nice parking in the shade. And my runner guides, I call them runner guides, they're the ones who run and help me with my errands. So I'm like, runner guides, go and get me good parking in the shade. And there's this side street I know where usually there's always some kind of parking. In any case, today was super full because the weather was amazingly summery, and because the rastro is very famous. So I pulled into that street, and I told myself, Magic Mel, in order to flow, you got to be present instead of like rushing. So I'm like, okay, present. And I see this guy walking, corner of my eye. There's this guy walking. I'm like, and he's kind of, walking steadily. And I kind of, don't zoom by, but pass by him slowly without thinking I'm stalking him, just to see like where he's going, because I was thinking, ooh, he might be going to his parked car. He might leave and I can take his parking. So I was kind of observing him, and yeah, he had his keys in his hands. I'm like, bingo, let's just follow him. So he went ahead, and at some point, he probably picked up that I was looking for parking. He's like, hey, like signaling to me, like, follow me. And I kid you not, he, around the corner, had parked his car in the shade. He went into his car, drove out, and he's like, basically signaling to me, it's all yours. And I'm like, dope. So I parked my car in the shade where there was, oh my God, that was the first thing today. I have to catch my breath, guys. It's insane. Then I go to this restaurant as usual, it's all these nice, beautiful things, but I'm also like, there's a lot of people. I'm like, Magic Mel, let's not get overwhelmed, overstimulation with information, people, beautiful things. Let's just have a buzz around. And then I see this necklace. And I had to get it because she's like, the lady, I can't remember her name, but she was like, it's from Mexico. And guys, I have a special connection to Mexico. And look, there's a butterfly. It's all about transformation. And I rocked up with this outfit today. She was like, you know what? This necklace fits you perfectly. I'm like, I'm taking it. Like, it's calling to me. That was the first one. I did pay for it. Next thing though, I passed by these boxes, and I love boxes. I was the kind of kid who I would love the wrapper. You would give me a present when I was a kid. I would like throw away the actual present and just be super mesmerized by the wrapping. And whoever would give me the present was like all disappointed, like, what the hell? Why did she not like my present? And my mom was like, no, she did, but she's really fast. She loves wrapping. So I love boxes and gift wrapping. So I passed by these boxes, these old antique tobacco boxes from Havana and Canarias and the Philippines. And I was like, oh my God, like hand rolled in the Philippines. There was no more tobacco in there, but just the box. And I was like, where's the guy who's selling this stuff? And a guy passed me by, a super tall dude. Turns out he's German and he's from Munich. I'm born in Munich. I'm like, Bavaria. I mean, he was like, are you sure you're German? I'm like, yes, 100%. Well, not 100%, 50%. My other 50% is from the Philippines. And he was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I'm not kidding you. So I ended up buying 3 boxes, and he gave me 2 for free. He was like so chuffed that I was from Munich and that I had a connection with the Philippines. He's like, just take 2 more. I'm like, oh my God. I was like this, beaming like this. Thank you so much. And then, yes, okay. Then I pass by and I see from the corner of my eye something glittering, and I see this amazing bag. Isn't it amazing? So I just see this bag, and I was thinking, and I asked the guy who was next to the stall, ¿Cuánto vale esto? Where's it from? He's like, oh, it's a super vintage bag. And I'm like, yeah, I can see it. It's beautiful. I mean, it was literally like, I was magnetized to it. And I told him, oh, another point. The tall German dude, you know what his name was? Because I asked him in German, hey, wie heißt du? What's your name? He's like, Michael. And I'm like, bookmark. The guy who was selling this, his name was Miguel, which is Michael, German Michael. And I just pulled a joke with the Spanish Miguel. I'm like, you know what? My main guardian angel is Saint Michael, like Archangel Michael. And I'm like, you're being sent to me. I had another Michael sell me the boxes. He was like, well, must be your day. I'm like, it surely is. I said, Miguel, mira, me encanta el bolso. Like, I love the bag, but I got to think about it. I don't want to be like impulse buyer, because I can be very impulsive, just like want to buy everything. I'm like, I need to like go and eat something, or just encontrar algo para picar, like find something to nibble on, because otherwise I'm just gonna, out of hangriness, buy the thing. I need to like let it percolate a bit. He's like, are you hungry? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you want a piece of my mother's tortilla? La tortilla in Spain is it's like an omelette with not pancakes, what do you call them? Potatoes. Not the Mexican tortilla. So he pulled out this massive Tupperware with a huge tortilla, and he's like cutting up the thing already. He's like, here. And I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, have some. I'm like, thank you. He's like, do you want more? I'm like, let me finish this first. I'm like, thank you so much, Miguel. Gracias. I'm gonna walk around and decide on the bag. And I'm like, after walking, I'm, you know what? Screw it. This thing is calling me. We're gonna be fancy and glam from now on. And I got that thing. And I had a conversation with Miguel. I was talking to him about, y sabes que, Miguel, the laws are so simple. Like, ask and you shall receive. And he's like, are you kidding me? I just had a conversation with a friend of mine who said the same thing. I'm like, well, synchronicity. But I told him, it's true, no? Ask and you shall receive. I mean, I told the universe, or I told Miguel, like, I'm hungry, and here he pulls out the tortilla. That's pretty, like, in your face, no? Or the other Miguel, the German Michael with the Havana boxes. I mean, he could have not given me those 2 extra boxes, you know? Those are all small things I pick up on. So I bought the bag and I'm like, Magic Mel, let's get out of here before we, you know, just go crazy. So I walked away, but then I checked in with my body because again, I wanted to flow, no? Be present. And I felt my body, I need something to drink. And I remembered that in the Mercadillo, there's a public fountain. So I thought maybe I can ask German Michael for if I could borrow a beer mug, because he was selling these beer mugs just to use for the fountain, and I wash it afterwards and give back to him. But I also thought it was a bit cheeky. But then again, you know, why not? In any case, I thought, you know, why don't I just go to the fountain and I can maybe use my hand. And as I was thinking all of that, I approached the fountain, and on the fountain is a mug. And I thought, oh, that's kind of handy. There's a bloody mug on the fountain. And I asked the vendor, because I bought a book also. It's a whole other story about fables. I love fables. So I asked the vendor, I said, ¿Es tuyo I can't even say it in Spanish anymore. Fin, the mug. He's like, no. And he's like, you know what? Why don't you just take it? And I look at the mug. I get the mug. It's just, he just tells me, just wash it a bit and use it and take it because it's just there. I take the mug and guys, can you see this? It's like a freaking unicorn. It says, be yourself, always be yourself. Unless you can be a unicorn, then always be a unicorn. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me that this mug magically appears on the freaking fountain and it's just there and I can take it? I mean, come on, guys. Even you skeptics out there, it's like, is this crazy? I told my spirit team, guys, I'm loving it. Let's keep on flowing. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I also told myself, for example, with the jewelry in the plaza. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, it's really itchy my nose. You know, I could have taken all of the jewelry, but I'm actually glad I'm not. Because what if there was somebody else who took it, who could also enjoy it, no? But I was also thinking about this notion, you know, sometimes we ask and we're given something, or maybe we're not even asking, but something miraculously appears in front of our eyes because we're in a receptive mode. And then there's this moment of hesitation, like, am I worthy? Is this really for me? Can it be this good? It's almost like the skeptic in us doesn't want to believe that it's true. I'm telling you, this month of October has a magical, dreamy energy about it. I'm telling you all these anecdotes to inspire you, yes, you, to be open to receive. I kid you not, this mug thing just was like the creme de la creme to convince me. I'm like, okay, bring it on. I'm open. I'm happy. I'm grateful to receive. Surprise me, universe. You know, I'm grateful also. It makes me happy. And it's like a treasure hunt. This thing is just like wild. Whew, how many minutes are we? It's already 20 minutes, damn. But I had to tell you a little bit of a catch up here. What was going on? Are you hydrating, guys? I'm telling you here. I don't know what's going on with the weather, but today was like 30 degrees again. When I went to the Mercado, I'm like, whew, it's summer again. Wow. So that was that. That's what's been going down on my end. Recalibrating and flowing. I want to flow. And flow is this nice state of non-attachment, of being conscious, having the mind in a kind of lateral, horizontal state, not like, because when we're attached even to thoughts, we kind of go into tunnel vision. No, we kind of zoom in. I'm like, no, allowing, letting the thoughts flow in and flow out, not attaching, checking in with my body, because we cannot flow if we're split, if we're just in the head. Yeah, and trust me, I know what that's like. I spent most of my life in my head, not connected to my body. So we got to work with the entire system. Be present, checking in with how we're feeling, because remember, our feelings, our emotions are our barometer, are our compass. And there was this, I can't remember who said it again, but this is distinction between feelings and emotions. Emotions come more from kind of instinctual drives, and feelings are more subtle. It's like feelings come from the higher realms, are more inspirational, or yeah, that's where the intuition comes from. The intuition is more from our higher self, from our soul aspect, from our spirit guides, all of that stuff. More from down coming, from up going down, and emotions are more from below coming up. That's how I see it. I'm not the one. I mean, I'm paraphrasing here. I'm not making this up. In any case, we got to stay connected. It's all about connection and awareness, being perceptive, having a curious mind, a non-attached, curious, open mind. And again, I don't know how this, we didn't pull a reading for the full moon in Aries, but again, I hope you took some time to self-reflect, to see, hey, what are those habits that it's time to let go of? I mean, for me, coffee was a big one. Alcohol also. Not that I was a big drinker anyway, but yeah, I remember I told you I went to my favorite bar and had my pisco sours. Even that now, it's not even that I don't know, it must be the environmental energy helping, because it's not like I deliberately with my willpower decided to quit. It just kind of happened so, because last week things accumulated and I felt so crap in my body. I had so much lactic acid in my body, basically stress, cortisol circulating. Then I said, you know what, guys? I mean, told myself, my ecosystem, we need to cut the coffee. Like, this cortisol is not doing me any good. Kind of the stress hormone. And at the same time, yeah, I just kind of released alcohol. I mean, I've been saying that for a few times now, but kind of hand in hand, just no, there's not even a need there. Whereas before I would, with my willpower, decide, and there was still kind of an urge in me. So I switched to teas. I'm meditating again. Well, no, I'm doing my yoga again. And I feel good. And I told the moon, please illuminate to me the path forward. It did illuminate for me what was not working, which was my caffeine hang up and my rushing around again, headless chicken mode. And well, I feel the path that's illuminated for me, and there's a bunch of us here connected, might resonate with you, is to flow more, guys. And flowing again requires trust, surrender, presence, connection, ease. Yeah, not constriction, not push pulling. But why not? It feels good, guys. I'm telling you, open up to the magic of October. Boom. There we go. Now we're going to pull some cards. 23 minutes into this episode. Anyone new here on this channel, like, what the hell is this channel about? Well, we're not the usual tarot channel. I share with you my own experiences and my own spiritual journey, which is ongoing. And yeah, and then we pull some cards to illustrate the energy. So, what are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do? Should we pull the witches? Almost. It's going to be a long episode, so hang on tight. You got your popcorn out, your beer, whatever you're doing. What day is it today? It's Sunday. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. Damn, why does it always happen? It's crazy. I'm drinking Sprudelwasser in German. Fizzy water. Agua con gas, they call it here. Water with gas, which sounds a bit bizarre. Anyway, I'm loading up my unicorn. Remember, always be yourself. Unless you can be a unicorn, then always be a unicorn. What the hell? I love it. I love it. Tell me in the comments box if you had any magical encounters this week or how your own experience of recalibration was, because I'm sure the full moon hasn't spared you. In what way has the full moon illuminated to you what's not working anymore and what is working, or maybe what the better way forward is? You tell me, because I know we pulled a bunch of towers in the last reading, so how did that go down? And basically what the towers are about, they're all about rebalancing the energy, because when we're not balanced, guys, imbalanced tower comes in, boom, balances it out, because the universe strives for harmony. So does our body. Our ecosystem of our body always tries to balance things out. I sometimes feel definitely sorry for my body because, well, I'm nicer to him. I call my body a he nowadays because I really appreciate him. But, you know, I wasn't always very appreciative of my body. I would so override my feelings, my own needs, you know, even hunger and thirst. It's crazy. It was self-abusive. So what was my point here? Lost my train of thought, guys. Anyway, let's pull some cards. Vamos. Oh yeah, what is not serving you and what is serving you? So just spend some time to, you know, don't go into hamster wheel mode. Don't go in headless chicken mode. Pause, reset, slow down, and be honest with yourself. What's working, what's not working, and ask Haniel, Archangel of the Moon, to help you, guide you. Yeah. And again, set some new intentions. Mine was to flow with the magic. Because I'm telling you, my life is one big epic fairy tale, adventurous fairy tale. That's at least how I want it to play out. Because remember, we are the authors of our own story. What story are you writing? I'm writing a bloody epic fairy tale. Why not? Come on. Remember, we need a new myth. Joseph Campbell warned us. We need new myths. Revitalized. You know what revitalized actually means? It means injected with life force. Yeah, not just some kind of vapid. Vapid is the opposite. Basically bland, lifeless jargon. We need something juicy, okay? A juicy new myth injected with vitality. Voila. What are we pulling on, guys? There's so much to catch up on. Maybe let's do a little catch-up full moon reading, yeah? Damn, it's gonna be long. Okay, let's go for it. Let me just shuffle the cards first. This is pure shuffle. This is pre-shuffle. I want to shuffle the cards first. They need to, because the new witches deck. Oh! I'm not taking these. I just want to shuffle them to move the energy a bit, okay, before we pull on anything. Remember, I got the big witches after ordering the small witches, and they were just like too tiny. And I've got small hands, but couldn't even grip them properly. So this is the mama deck. Gosh, is there like, I feel like there's a feather on my nose. That's literally how it feels like. I don't know why they do that. Excuse me. I'm gonna end up looking like Rudolph. Oh no, red nose. Film. Okay. Let's focus here. Talking about recentering. I'm connecting with your Aska team. Remember, anyone new on my channel, angels, spirit guides, gods and goddesses, and ancestors, Triple G, Aska team. Connecting with your Aska team. What is the present energy that's coming in for you with this full moon in Aries? Super full moon in Aries, also called harvest moon. 'Cause I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. Do you know this song? Is it Neil Young? It's a super mellow song. I love it. It's beautiful. It's like chilling on a rooftop watching the moon and listening to that song. Yeah. 'Cause I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. Hope YouTube is not gonna like ban me for a copyright. Come on, YouTube. All right, what is the present energy with this full moon in Aries? It's gonna take me like 3 hours to upload this video because it's gonna be super long. Doesn't matter. We have time on a Sunday evening, guys. 1st of October. Okay, connecting here. What energy is coming in for you with this full moon in? Is this recording? It is! Okay. Stay here. I kid you not. I'm gonna scratch my nose in the meantime. It's the Fool. Oh my God, I love it. You know, I just love this energy, guys. Let's look at it closely. Look at him. He's all like dandy with his white rose in his hand. He's not even kind of willpoweringly taking this leap. He's just kind of falling off the edge, surrendering off the edge. I love it. And he's also looking up into the sky, high hopes, optimistic. The clouds are clearing. I'm really drawn to the crystal clear blue in the background. The color of spirituality, clarity, voice chakra, what do you call this? Throat chakra to do with the voice. And he's got his little outfit on and his little rucksack, I don't know what you call it, knapsack. He's all ready to go. Off the cliff we go, being the Fool. Fresh new energy, guys. This is the environmental energy for you in this new moon, full moon in Aries. Good on you. Aren't you ready for a new chapter? Seriously, I know 2023 has been crazy. I need to do like a whole recap of this year. We're not done yet though, 3 months to go. But you know, I feel a lot of this first half of the year was, yes, leaning into expansion, leaning into the new, leaning into uncertainty. And here we go again. But this time around, the energy I'm getting from it is much more, it's not anymore this kind of timid, okay, let's do it then, universe. It's more like, bring it on. You know, it's much more trusting. So embrace, flow with this, talking about flow with this energy of the Fool, which is all about trust and trusting that the magic is there to catch you. We're not even talking about just the universe. We're talking full on pure magic is around you. So are you saying yes to it? Are you embracing the energy of the Fool and say, Vamanos, I'm ready to roll? Damn, I like it. Okay. What have you just released? Should we talk about that? Maringa, what have you just released? Since you're the Fool. The Fool is major arcana in the tarot, meaning the beginning of a whole new cycle. I'm telling you, we had a few Fools this year, a few new chapters, but this one feels different. This one feels like pure magic. I'm telling you, it's been like pure magic for me the past 3 days. What the hell? Free jewelry on the bench, gratis y nuevo. This guy gave me tortilla. German Michael giving me extra boxes, and I'm going to show you next time. They're not just any boxes. They're beautiful, vintage, I'd say antique tobacco boxes. They're so beautiful. I didn't even know why the hell I bought them until I got home and I passed my mom's bathroom, and I always told myself one day we're going to organize her jewelry. And actually, those boxes are perfect for me to categorize her jewelry. They're beautiful. See? Follow your intuition, guys. You know, following our calling is literally trusting our intuition, like not second guessing it. When you get a feeling and intuition, act. Because after 2 seconds, our mind steps in, and here goes the storytelling, doubting, all of that. No, you missed it. Just do it. Nike, follow the calling of your intuition, even though it doesn't make sense to you in the moment, it will afterwards. Like me with the tobacco boxes. I mean, I could have made use for them or with them, or whatever you call it, in another way, but they were perfect for mom's jewelry. Size? Okay, what have you just released? Bingo. Damn. What have you just released? Almost say, yeah. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this episode. There we go. What have you just released? it's 2 cards. I was like, whoop. Okay, you've just released. I'm looking at them. They're in the reverse, yeah? So we're going to put them upright, but we're going to read them in the reverse. You've just released. Ooh. The Nine of Cups and the King of Wands. They were in the reverse. You have released, looking at the Nine of Cups, you have released your own self-denial of accepting the gifts of the universe, because this was in the reverse, yeah? So Nine of Cups is all about, look at it, it's all about fulfillment, it's all about, talking about harvest, it's about the universe giving you abundance, giving you blessings. But as I told you, and you tell me also, if we don't feel inside worthy of blessings and gifts, we might reject them. Like, I'm not worthy of love, I'm not worthy of good things, I'm not worthy of money. That can't be for me. That's all like to do with your self-concept. If we're given, that's why people win the lottery, lose it all, because you gotta be, if you don't feel internally worthy of it, you're not gonna keep the good stuff. You're gonna repel it and reject it and lose it. It's all about energy. So somehow you figure that you actually are worthy of good things, of a bit of luxury, of the finer things in life, of love, of abundance, yeah? Because this came out in the reverse. So you released the resistance to the good things in life. Good on you. You deserve good things in life. You deserve to be happy. And this came out in reverse too, which is King of Wands. And King of Wands is a bit of a, look at him. Damn, he looks like Anthony Hopkins a bit from Silence of the Lambs. That was one crazy movie. I think I watched that movie when I was like, I don't know, 12. It freaked me out. It was worse than any horror movie I'd seen because it's psychological. No, I'm like, oh my God. In any case, look at him. He's looking a bit smug, no? The King of Wands. Very egocentric. It's more like, okay, bring it on. Very entitled energy. I don't really like this energy. And you release this. Good on you. You're actually releasing what no longer serves you. And this also, no? You're releasing an entitled, egotistical, maybe a bit arrogant energy. I mean, it happens to all of us, you know? We all have toxic traits. There's no one who's like all saintly, and there's no one who's also, well, I mean, depends whether we are in our exalted energy or in our distorted, toxic energies. So, you know, I mean, I used to have toxic traits too. I still, well, I try not to, but I try to be aware of it. I probably still am toxic in some ways. I mean, I'm not a saint, you know, but it's good to be aware of this stuff, and it's good to be aware so we can release it, so we can exalt it again. Yeah. So you released the King of Wands, good, and you released your own self-denial of good stuff in life. Bravo. Venga, vamos, next. That's why you're being the fool. New chapter. Okay. Let's be a little bit curious. Huh? Remember, curiosity is a good trait to have, because then you're open for new things. You're not rigid. You're flexible. You flow. Curiosity goes hand in hand with flow. So just let's glimpse into this new chapter that's arriving for you, because I'm curious about October. What is this full moon energy illuminating for you with the Fool energy? Where's the Fool heading? There we go. Where's the Fool heading? I'm not saying you're a fool. Although, you know, when we embark on new adventures, new things, people might judge us. People who don't want to change, who don't want to try out new things, because we basically reflect their own insecurities or their own shadow, i.e. their own secret wish that they could also do it. So rather than accept that about themselves, they would criticize you like, what the hell, you're being reckless? Are you a fool? How dare you do that? You can't just do that. You can't just leave everything and pack and go, or you can't just quit your job and try out something new. You can't just be happy. Seriously, people get triggered. So, where's the Fool heading? What is Haniel illuminating for you? Oh, 2 cards came out. Oh no, 3. Can you take all 3? Oh, vamos. Oh, guys, what's going on here? Okay. I'm going to show them to you in the exact order they came out. Gosh, my hat even went sideways. Bah. Some heavy duty energy here, guys. The Fool is making his way forward to set a heartache, heartbreak, heart piercing, I'd say. Damn, look at that. Set it straight. The Nine of Wands says it's kind of the last stand. Look. It's like on top of this hill saying, I'm still here. I'm gonna fight for this. I'm going to stand up for this. There we go. It's this kind of not defensive, but more like, I value this. I'm gonna fight for it in the good sense. Because there's been some heartache, heartbreak in the past. And you want to set it straight. You want a union to happen. Now, this can be in many senses, guys. Remember, if we're tapping into a twin flame here, it can be an inner union. Because remember, what the twin flame journey is about, but what the entire paradigm shift here is about is balancing of energies, especially now in October, which is Libra season. Libra is all about justice and balancing. You know what plays out in our personal lives, in our internal world, as within, so without, plays out in society. There are huge imbalances happening, and the universe is balancing it out. Hence, what you might see as chaos, that's just the old being reshuffled, tower striking to rebalance energy, to come back into union. And the union is about balancing our own internal masculine and feminine energies, because we are whole beings. The old paradigm of relationships was codependency, survival, and it's not to judge it even. You know, it's a different time, it was a different paradigm. The new relationships, be it friendships, all kinds of relationships, they're based on interdependence and on sovereignty and on inner balance and on wholeness. And whole meaning that we don't need to manipulate others to get our needs met. We don't need to reject parts of ourselves to please others, because we are sovereign. We can, regardless of our gender, tap into our feminine, receptive, intuitive, heart-based, feeling, receiving mode, resting mode, and we can also tap into our action, strategizing, containing, masculine energy. And by doing that, by harmonizing internally, we will create unions of all types in our physical, in our 3D. And the new earth is also built on these interdependent, more harmonious, internally balanced relationships. And a lot of the new, let's say, love relationships will be different from those in the past. They will be based on two whole beings coming together and working in partnership to create something new that is bigger than the sum of its parts. But in this case, I really feel that you're embarking on a new chapter here to set some heartache straight that happened in the past. It could be romantic, it could be with a relationship with a family member, something where you feel it deserves one last stance, one last fight, one last, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to be the fool and fight for this. because the union that will ensue out of this last stance or taking the risk of the Fool is worth it. It's a Two of Cups. It's a beautiful union. Wow, guys, kind of like plot twist here, no? Ooh, it's looking good. So, you know, it can resonate for you in many ways. For your twin flame, divine masculine, divine feminine, or just, you know, across the board, relationships with where there was some kind of injustice that happened in past. And justice is all about balancing the karma, balancing the energies. So maybe you're the one who needs to bring some justice to a situation, mend a heartache, not give up on a relationship where you feel, whoa, that is actually a valuable relationship. Maybe you've had to heal, take some time out, because a lot of us had to take that time out to heal, no? And once we heal, we realize, wow, I was toxic towards that person, or I did something unjust, you know, out of my own old toxic ways. And you realize now from your healed state, like, wow, I feel called to bring some balance to that relationship. That's what this full moon in Aries is illuminating for you. It's time to take that stance, follow your consciousness, and mend the heartache that happened in whatever shape or form. Okay, because the relationship is worth salvaging. And not only that, a whole new union is in the cards if you choose to take that leap of faith. Okay, this is a super long video. I'm gonna stop it here and just record another one and scratch my nose. Not in front of the camera. I really need to like blow my nose or something. And I'll see you for episode 10, like coming up after this, because I'm rolling now. It's kind of late here already on a Sunday, but I had some green tea. Probably not going to sleep early, so let's record another video after this one. But Bandidos, so happy to see you guys. I hope you had a... Well, let me know how your week has been since I last saw you in episode 8. And stay tuned for episode 10 coming right after this one. I appreciate all of you here. I appreciate you being with me on this journey of spiritual ascension, coming home. All it means is like coming back home to ourselves, reclaiming all of the soul fragments that split off from past lives, from trauma, regrouping literally, and flowing with the new energy, coming home, ascending home. So if you appreciate my message, I super appreciate you liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. And see you right now. I'm gonna upload this video, no technical glitches, and record again. Ciao.